Hey everybody, Scott Holden here. Before we get started with the show, I just want to take a minute to tell you where you can find us out on the interwebs. That's right. First, you can find us at ThatManOnFatman.com. That's right, ThatManOnFatman.com. It's the central hub and the place where you can find links to all the other stuff I'm about to tell you about. So we're on Twitter. You can find us there at ThatManOnFatman. We are also on Facebook. We have a Facebook page, so it's facebook.com/ThatManOnFatman. We're also on YouTube. On YouTube, you can find us at youtube.com/ThatManOnFatman podcast. We are also on Instagram, where we're ThatMan at ThatManOnFatman. And I believe we're even on, what do you call it? Snapchat as ThatManOnFatman. So you can pretty much find us on ThatManOnFatman everywhere on the internet. Please friend us. Also, if you're an iTunes subscriber, please go and give us a review. It's very helpful. It's one of the best things you can do for any show that you enjoy. So leave us a review on iTunes. If you listen on Stitcher, we're also there. We're also on SoundCloud. So check those out, and we appreciate it. And now, we hope you enjoy the show.
This is Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman, and I want to urge you to make a generous donation to the Wayne Foundation so we can stop the sexual trafficking of children. Do it, or I'll find you.
And don't forget to check out our good friend of the show, Mark Live, over at chundertunes.com for all your podcast animation needs. ThatMan on Fatman is recorded with a Zoom H6 handy recorder. Zoom for creators.
Disclaimer. The show you're about to experience is for entertainment purposes only. The hosts use mature language and conversation just like in most of life. If you're too uptight, this might not be for you. All that said, we really do hope you enjoy the show. But if you don't enjoy it, expect a nice big shipment of my joyous Joker juice on your doorstep in the very near future. Toodles!
As the world's biggest Kevin Smith fan, I appreciate the fact that somebody finally made a podcast about that interesting motherfucker. So yes, you absolutely did the right thing. If I mean, you know, I know it's kind of gross for me to be like, yes, doing a Kevin Smith podcast was fucking smart. But I do feel like it was smart. I appreciate it. I think you were right to do that.
Okay. What has two thumbs and is a huge fan of Kevin Smith? ThatMan!
What are we going to do about the pancake master?
We need a costumed vigilante is what we need. Justice can't be served unless it's being fought outside the system.
Here's what we're going to do, eh?
Oh, shit. It's ThatMan. Who is he? He's ThatMan. He's talking. What should we do?
Oh, there he goes by in the Thatmobile.
The what? Thatmobile, his car. Go get him, ThatMan.
Well, once upon a time, a regular man read a book written by the Fat Man. Tough shit, written by old Kev Smith. Kev said go out and start a podcast, and so I did, and I had a real blast. But my obsession was driving my co-host nuts. Didn't want to bring the podcast down. Needed Porkchop Murphy to hang around. So I create a new show with one heck of a plan, and I call that show ThatMan on Fatman, because we're going to chat about Kevin Smith. That's right, let's talk about old Kev Smith. Hey, everybody, and welcome to this episode 2-31 of ThatMan on Fatman. I am Scott Holden. With me here in the studio is producer extraordinaire and co-host Gene Holden.
Hey, everybody.
And if you're on the YouTubes, we're like in this very strange angle. So, hey, Gene.
Yes.
There's the camera. You can smile and wave. Smile and wave. So there you have it. Yeah. So this is kind of a cherry popper. a virgin breaker, because this is the first
Ooh.
time that we have in the studio with us guests in the house, and that would be you've known both of them. They've both been on the show before. Scott's been on a couple times. Alison's been on at least once before, and here they are, Scott and Alison Meaney, joining us today. Hang on up. Oh, there you are. Okay, yeah, I got it up. Wow. Sorry. See, the poor audio listeners have to put up with the. Now I have to bring on your mics. All right, now say something and say hi to everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, there we
So
go.
your camera's over there.
Yeah.
Their camera's over there.
What's up, everybody?
Yes, we have the cross shots here going on. So, welcome to the party. Welcome to the show. And it's been a totally crazy week. We've got a lot of stuff to catch people up on.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should start by talking about what's a podcast.
Okay.
And we can start by saying that this week we went out to go shoot at Caroline's Comedy Club. Uh-oh, someone's got their phone in here. Gotta kill your phone, Gene.
Okay.
It's giving that, you hear that, like, distortion rattle?
Yeah.
Anyway.
His phone is on too.
Yeah, you guys probably want to kill your phone, so otherwise we won't get
Oh,
that,
yeah, I did notice a difference.
that
from
noisy
Yeah.
feedback. Also, you got this damn bad cable.
Oh, it was me?
No,
I thought it was Scott.
it's Scott, but it's all right.
Oh, you're right.
Anyway.
It's always fucking me, so whatever, man. I'll take it.
So a couple nights ago, when was it?
I have no idea how to shut this phone off.
How much?
It's like a phone from like 1952.
Oh wow. Oh, maybe we don't have to worry. Is it analog?
I don't know. It does a lot of things that I don't want it to do.
Oh, I remember. I remember from like 20 years ago.
We're totally off
This
the
is
grid.
exciting
No,
video.
We're totally off the grid. We cut cable. We
wow.
we basically got rid of any contracts with cell phone networks, so now it's like we're paying,
$35 a month, unlimited talk and text.
yeah, just on
Oh.
a pay-as-you-go phone. You know?
Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like
So you guys you're off the grid.
yeah.
Well, and
we're
then
trying.
we got to actually fuck over T-Mobile for fucking us over.
Yeah.
By now that we have the Samsung phones from them, we opted out of our contract, no fee to pay. We just paid off the balance, and we have the phones, and Wi-Fi is everywhere, so we just use them as little tablets.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So, and we do that just for free.
Yeah.
So we have all the
Yeah.
same benefits that we had with them, except for like $70.
when we were at Caroline's, you know, like in New York City, I was standing outside and I just logged right onto New York City's network on a corner, and it was like boom,
Free
wi-
Wi-Fi.
full
Free.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Now, does Wi-Fi? Do they offer free Wi-Fi in the city, or was it just random?
Certain places, like if you're near,
Hotspots.
you know, there's hotspots. Like,
Yeah.
and I listen. This
And
was,
don't you normally need like a password or something?
no, it's free.
No.
You just have to go to the. It usually brings you to a contract page. It's just like accept the
Ah.
contract, and
Yep.
then you are on the Wi-Fi. Like even like the Staten Island Ferry has it.
There are
Yeah.
apps that show you where they are
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You know, so
Hmm.
it's like pretty much 99.9% of the time you're gonna find Wi-Fi. You go to a
Mhm.
friend's house. Oh, what's your password? Like, you
Yeah.
know, they're gonna give it to you. It's not like break into their computer.
Right.
Jesus Christ, you know.
You sure?
Maybe, maybe.
I mean, the guy who's sitting in Starbucks, who's like, he's writing.
Sure.
He's writing.
I don't trust that guy.
He's there to see. He's there, so you see him.
I don't trust.
So
him.
you know he's working.
He's I don't,
No, he could be working.
Speaking of working, so we're in the club.
Working,
We're at
working.
Caroline's the other night,
Yes.
and we're shooting. We were invited. Like, we didn't know what the story was. We were invited by Reverend Bob Levy. I would say Reverend, like he really is. And
That's his name.
Well, that's what he is. Right? Yeah,
Bob
he's Reverend Bob
Levy.
Levy.
Yeah, I know. Yes, he's a reverend.
He's
So
called-
hey, I'm a reverend too.
anyone can be Bob Levy.
Anyway, I know anyone can be a reverend.
Yes.
I'm a
We
reverend
were-
of thinkology.
We were invited to Anthony Cumia's studio party
Yes, we were.
at
Mm.
Caroline's.
Yes, Anthony
And
Cumia. For
Bob
those
Levy,
who
Reverend Bob Levy. put us-
don't know the name, if you remember a show called Opie and Anthony, he is the Anthony portion of that.
A little show named Open Anthony.
Yeah, a while ago, but I want to say maybe a year and a half ago, there was a dust up because of some sort of Twitter thing, and the long and short of it was, I guess, Anthony was fired from that network and used that to go out on his own and
Yeah.
come out on the interwebs.
Yeah.
like a smart person.
And he looks happy, man.
Yeah, he really did.
You
He really
know,
did.
like, I've never seen a man smile that much in my life.
Yeah, it was.
He's doing really well. Yeah.
It was so weird too. Like I don't know if my headphones are totally.
He's doing really well.
Yeah.
I never listened to their show, but they had those wow stickers that people
Yeah.
put
Yeah.
right
Whip 'em out
on-
Wednesday.
Yeah, whip 'em out Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I associate them with that. 'Cause
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
when I would be driving to college, I went to Kingsborough in Brooklyn, and every day I'd look to see
Yeah.
All
how many
the
people had
wows.
those stickers, and everybody had them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the
Everybody
thing. I
did.
remember.
Yeah.
Like, I was a diehard Howard Stern fan, and
Mm.
I never thought that I would find another show that I liked
Uh-huh.
comparably
Yeah.
until they came along.
Mm.
And I almost felt guilty at first, but then I was like, I can like both shows.
You know, I hate to be this guy, but like Howard Stern, like I would like at times. I love the news part.
Yeah.
You know, but Opie and Anthony, I just really got me every time.
Yeah, me too. They were more
I
Yeah.
in my wheelhouse.
yeah, you know, it was more. I don't know. It wasn't the humor wasn't as rude, but it was still rude.
Yeah.
I don't know, but Stern is awesome too. I mean, let's get
Yeah.
serious. He's done some amazingly funny shit. I mean, I'm not gonna.
And I feel like for me, like that, I have such great memories of like my parents too. They loved listening to Howard Stern every day. So it was like a routine. Like every day, my parents would be getting ready for work. I'd be getting ready to go to school, and we were all listening to Howard Stern.
Yeah.
I listened to Howard since he was on afternoons on WNBC. I remember coming home from school and listening to him.
WNBC.
WNBC.
I listened to him for a long time. And it
Uh-huh.
wasn't until we moved that I fell out of the habit, really. It was, first when he got divorced,
Yeah.
and then Jackie left the show, he got divorced, and then you get in the car and you drive to work, and if you hit a commercial, forget it, you were done.
Oh yeah.
Because
It's,
the commercials were so long.
Yeah,
Who
that's
wants to
why.
wait? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's when I fell out of it. And then when we moved, for sure. And then Opie and Anthony got pulled off the air. I remember that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
And they're the reason that
Abruptly though.
they had that whole big thing in New York where someone
they have spent that entire radio show spent its entire career of almost being pulled off the air.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
being
yeah.
pulled off the air.
Yeah.
Because the shit that they fucking
Well, they would have a lot of people do like really
Yeah,
crazy
yeah, it was the same
stuff.
time.
like, and then they would get in trouble for like egging these people on to do something remarkably illegal.
Yeah.
You know? It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
I think
Yeah.
I think the time I knew that they were brilliant was when Anthony did something like this. Because you couldn't say, on terrestrial radio you can't swear. So he's like, T-effing. T-effing is when you take the T's and you slam them together and you jam your C between her T's and you F and to F until you C all over her T's. I was like, oh my God.
yeah,
He just said the whole thing without saying a word.
yeah, yeah.
Like brilliant.
Yeah, man. He's
Ah.
fucking kick ass.
cute.
Kick ass. That man deserved that party.
Yeah. So so we got to
Yeah.
meet him and hang out. And
Yeah.
I got that awkward picture like I'm doing a soft shoe in front of him because I jumped in at
You
the
were
end.
so
literally.
hard. Every picture he
Did you see that? Well, I'm
You're-
like,
you- no, but
You were like pointing your toes.
no, but here's the thing. Like
because I jumped in on the end there like abruptly.
every picture that you take, I just always hear how you look horrible for some weird, bizarre
Well,
reason.
The Jim Gaffigan picture, I did look
You
horrible.
look
in.
like it's psycho.
Because it was
That
supposed
was-
to be, there were supposed to be
You
two
just look
pictures.
like a
That was
psycho.
There was supposed to be the serious one
hilarious.
and the funny one.
It really
But
is
there
funny.
was no serious one on my phone. How funny.
That funny one though is fucking
horrible.
hilarious.
Oh,
It
I
was
hate that
funny.
My picture's
I would
just
like
like
to see it burned.
my picture's just like, yeah, I was with this guy tonight. You know?
It's like, yeah, you were just kind of like, here I am, I'm standing next to him.
So
And then
we're-
you have
This
like
is
the
kinda
Scott is
cool.
like
All right,
slightly.
so let's go through this Caroline's night. So we get there at Caroline's. We
Excited.
have no fucking clue what the fuck is going on because we're jumping ahead. I want to set the stage for the people who are listening. We have no clue what's going on. We just know that we're invited to this party. We don't know what our like if we're what our limits are, what we're
Right.
supposed to be shooting, what's the expectation,
Right.
all that. So we get there and we're just kind of feeling it out. And it turns out there are no expectations. They know we're there. They know we're coming. They know we're filming and we can do whatever we want.
yeah, really.
It was very cool.
She was just like, oh yeah, whatever.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So you
Go
guys just kind of had run
They
of the
didn't. We didn't even have
place.
to
Yeah,
show any like ID or anything.
Like,
Yeah,
we,
so-
like we were standing out front in the beginning, like with this whole idea of like, let's be as stealthy as possible.
Yeah. But
You know,
so it
like-
came down to like we created an assembly line. Jen Remoro, who's been on the show.
Jen Remoro, yeah.
She would go and introduce Gene to people that she knew, and Gene would give them, see if they want to be in the movie.
Yeah.
And then
everybody said yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and then she would give them a
release form.
A release form,
and then they came over, and
then we had a camera set up of 2 different spots. First one spot, and then another. And we just started filming interviews. But before we officially got that set up, we were mingling in the crowd, and I should look over. No, you came running over to me. That's right.
Oh no. That happened before that.
Okay.
We were all sitting there, and the guys were with the cameras and everything. And Jen came over, and she said, "Oh my God, you have to come over." He is I don't know if she said this, but she said he started podcasting.
No, she hadn't met him before.
And his name is Lionel, but she gave him a last name, or she said Lionel and somebody or something, and I didn't click. So I went over.
I think you said too.
I went over and I was talking to this man, and
how could you not?
All of a sudden I was like, "Oh my God, this is Lionel, the Lionel, the Lionel that Scott." I all of a sudden I couldn't talk anymore. All of a sudden I couldn't talk anymore, and he was so sweet. And I said, "I read your book." He's like, "Oh, you did?" He was just so cute about it.
Yeah, he's
so just very, very charming. Very charming.
The people at home have no idea who you're talking about.
So I do, because
give
Gene's
them a background. Do you want to give them a background on him?
Well, as soon as you.
Okay, so I went running over to Scott, and he's like, "Oh my God!"
And she goes, She goes, "Everybody leave who's here."
Right.
And I said, "Who?" She goes, "Lionel."
And he was like, "I gotta go," and he just ran right there.
Now, for those who don't know, I mean, Lionel's not like a huge name, but Lionel, they ended up picking him up on Air America for a while towards the end of their run. He's a New York City broadcaster, WOR, had a huge talk radio background in the New York City area. He was a prosecuting attorney in Florida. He just is one of those guys with a very interesting background. He's a libertarian. He's an atheist, but like me, he's an atheist who doesn't feel any need to go around telling people. I mean, he calls himself a bright. I love that because it's like, and as I stole this line from him, and I think he stole it from someone else. I don't speak French, but I don't feel the need to go around telling people that. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I need to form I don't speak French society.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about being an atheist.
Right.
I don't believe in God. It doesn't enter into my life anymore. I mean, I don't think about it. I don't feel like yanking people off of bar stools. Just don't bother me with your shit.
Yeah.
So he's very pragmatic. So he had this show, and I loved him. I used to listen to him all the time. And then he got a book. He had a book. Around the time we moved, we were reading it to each other as we were reading it to each other in the car as we were driving back to New Jersey. And let's see what else. This guy, just meeting him, and there he was, bang, this Lionel, and he was, and I'm
sure I'll be in the movie.
Yeah, like I'm doing him a favor. You know what I mean? It's like so cool. It's like, and the funny thing is nobody knows who the fucking guy is.
Yeah. But we got footage. We have footage of you talking to him.
But we do.
This
is the really cool stuff about the documentary that you're filming.
Yeah.
That it's just these surprises and
guess what?
Awesome things.
He's just he just started another show, apparently, Lionel Nation, a podcast. So it's so weird. I get to help my hero.
Yeah.
I know.
That's so fucking weird, man. And he invited us out to this gig of his, where he's performing, doing bluegrass and I guess speaking or something. Yeah, bluegrass.
That's so cool.
Right. He wrote this thing to me. I wrote back. I said, "You should hear our last show. We talk about, because we grew up with this guy who's now the mandolin player for a bluegrass band called Railroad Earth. Okay. They're really big in the hippie scene.
Yeah,
but most people don't know them. Unless you eat granola or are into bluegrass.
I like granola.
Me too.
I like bluegrass.
Well, there you go.
I like bluegrass
too.
But you don't hear, it's like one of those things that is either around or it's not. It's not like music that's really, really.
I find it
in the forefront.
Bluegrass is very weird because once you know what it is, because I learned some because I was teaching myself mandolin. It's the blues. The white man took the blues from them and they said, "Oh, we'll change it so that they don't know we stole it."
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's just the way things go.
We'll play it up.
Ah, please.
That's the way different types of music evolved.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
You're,
pretty
you're-
cool.
you're only as good as those people you steal from.
Hence bluegrass.
Bluegrass.
Mm.
So yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. So yeah. So we met Lionel, and that was like shot me out of a cannon. And you figure, oh my God. So that to me made the night.
Yeah. And honestly, you were so fanboying out. Like we literally brought the camera over and we're like shooting you from behind.
And he was so animated, right?
Because Scott never wants his face on camera. God forbid anyone sees what he looks like. So we were shooting him from behind, and then he was like, "Oh, you should have got my face or something." Like,
well, I mean, if I'm not listen, if I'm not paying attention to you, shoot whatever you want. Like if I'm in my zone, I don't care.
Yeah, well,
if it's impromptu, I don't give a shit.
Well, it was silly and fun.
So then we set up an interview kind of in a booth area. We did who'd we do? We did Stacy I can't
Pressman.
remember. Stacy Pressman.
Yes.
She's from whose show is she from? She's not from
Artie
Anthony's
Lang.
show. She's from Artie Lang's show.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. So
I should get all of my stuff.
she was cool too because she talked to someone about recovering from an eating disorder and stuff, which is cool. And I mean, certainly gives some insight.
She was actually she was a lot of fun.
And she was also funny. Yes.
She was. I mean, like whatever you said. You know what I'm saying? She had something to come back with.
Yep, she was willing. She was looking for the double entendre.
You know what I'm saying? And she had no. And honestly, when you thought you were gonna hit the boundary, she went over the boundary.
Yeah.
Which was.
She was funny.
She is very funny.
Is that the woman, Jean, that you said you were laughing so loud every time she said anything? You didn't know if it was gonna get picked up by the.
I thought it was gonna be picked up because I was laughing so loud.
Well, imagine me like in headphones, hearing it clear as fucking day, like trying not to laugh my fucking ass off.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. That was fun though.
We did a couple interviews in the corner, and so we went out to go find more. And I'm pestering the women and saying, "Come on, what's going on?" Well, it was you and Jen. So I'm pestering you guys. So we're prepping this one guy for an interview, and then he says, "You know what you should do? You should hold off on me, and you should interview Jim Gaffigan, who's right behind you." and literally, I turn over my head, and there he is, Jim Gaffigan. So then Jen goes in for the kill, I guess.
And he kept saying it too. He was like, "You really don't want to interview me because you can interview him." Three or four times. So I finally got the point.
Yeah, that was awesome. And that was a
so next thing you know, like
a highlight of the evening.
Gene's getting
surreal.
Gene's getting him to sign off on the release, and there you go. And we got at least like 20-something minutes with him, and he was very gracious and very good stuff.
Yeah.
Insightful,
funny
guy.
He was really sweet.
Yeah, he was
really
very nice.
Just
very
genuinely
nice.
Funny. Genuinely funny.
A good guy. A very good guy.
And the footage.
Yes, it's very artistic. It's very well shot. Very well shot.
Beautiful lighting.
I don't want to spoil too much, but yes, it looks really good.
No, the people want to know. The people want to know what we're shooting.
That shot looks
It's really pretty.
That shot looks
It's beautiful.
So we're very happy with that. And then it's just like, I mean, fucking A. I wonder what Jim Gaffigan's agent's gonna think when he finds out. What, you're in a movie?
You did what?
The funny thing is we've been trying to get it up on IMDb, and for some reason that's the slowest. It's not clear and it's not going through.
It takes a while.
Now we did not do a press release either.
Oh
no, that's not. But they say that, but trust me, a lot of names went right through that you wouldn't think. So
I'm sure sometimes they just like hit in limbo for a good couple.
I have a feeling they're like, I don't know about this. Are you sure he's got this in there? They're probably like, I don't believe him.
You can always contact them.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
I have his phone number.
I'm not at all worried.
You can text him.
I'm not worried. I'm not at all worried.
I texted Scott.
I'm not worried.
And I asked him, I said, how's it going? I was at home. I had to work, and he's like, it's awesome. I just met Jim Gaffigan.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. And he said that he asked what my name was because Scott told him that I was a fan too. And he's like, when he told him my name, he said, well, go home and say, hi, Alison. Jim Gaffigan. I'm like, that's so nice.
He's a fucking nice guy. You know?
Because
I said to him, I was like, me and my wife like watch you all the time. You were like the funniest person ever. You know, like, and he's like, oh, what's your wife's? It was just nice.
Cool.
It was nice.
You know, and I cut in front of you to get a picture with him.
Yes, you did.
because I thought I deserved it.
Yeah. Better than that. Yeah.
I didn't know he cut in.
I literally had my phone.
He knocked me over.
He didn't tell me that.
Check this out.
It was one of those moments where I was like, "What the fuck?"
No, here's the reason.
And he doesn't get started.
And I don't get
Where the fuck is Jean when I need her?
No, but check this out. I literally had my phone ready on camera mode, sitting next to me.
I know.
The whole fucking interview.
All your prep. You got a great picture too. I took a good picture
and
for
then
you.
It was just like, Scott,
hey, how was that picture you took for me?
It's great.
Oh, it was funny.
It was shit.
I didn't make you make the fucking face.
Dude, where's the first one? Where was that first one?
It's in there.
Oh, no, it's not. That was boy, I was like, fuck, where's my good picture? I'm going to get him for that. I'm going to get him for that when he least expect it. He's going to be posing with somebody he likes and a big ball of shit's going to go right in his face. Oh, did I nudge you? Did I get in the way there, Scott? Sorry. Did I fuck up your photo with your hero?
Oh, I'm just going to say who's late on...
Oh, yeah, Scott texted me. He's like, well, I'm here. The Holdens are on their way.
Yeah, 2 hours late. That sucked.
I don't want to talk about that anymore.
That sucked.
I said I was sorry.
No.
Hey, you got to meet Jim Gaffigan.
Let's make Gene feel really bad.
Oh, what happened? I didn't even know why you guys were late. I'm sorry.
Traffic.
Were they blaming
Gene was
you?
late and it was traffic.
Oh, no.
I was late and there was horrible traffic.
I'm fine with it. But I did use that as the reason to cut in front of him.
Yes,
so I was like, well, it all evens out now. You know, like...
We're getting really loud there. We're peaking our levels.
Oh, man.
Wow, pregnant pause. As I work, just because I work the fucking buttons.
Oh man,
yeah.
Get quiet. That's usually when you need people to talk.
So what else did we shoot?
Pregnant pause.
Who's next? We had a lineup. We had the guy from Staten Island.
Oh, we also let's see. We shot.
Yes, the awesome camera guy, Mike.
We shot DW from Fanboys Inc.
Where is he from? Is he from like
Saratoga, right?
From Fanboys Inc. From up in Saratoga.
Wow, that is far.
Yeah, he's far.
Up in upstate New York.
He seems like a really cool guy. I've met him a couple
dude.
Times, but not like the way
dude.
you guys did.
Gave us great footage and gave us great coffee stuff.
Oh my god, that coffee
from his sponsor, which was Death Wish Coffee.
Death Wish Coffee.
Free plug. There you go. But their coffee was very good, actually.
It was really good. I need more because I have no more left.
Hint.
So depressing.
Hey, Death Wish Coffee, if you're out there,
I'd like to try your coffee too.
It's really good in the morning. It's like with the perfect cup. Yeah, it really is.
That's awesome.
Actually, we did have to get clearance because he was wearing a shirt in the film.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
But we already got that all ironed out. Yes. So so that was a good shoot. He's what I've found is what you would call the smaller podcasters have been great.
Yes.
They've been great so far, their interviews. So.
Because they have so much to say because they really have been working at it for long periods of time.
Their heart's in it. Their heart's in it.
You know,
it's a passion thing.
You know, I mean, not to take away from like celebrities like who have them, because a celebrity can just sit down kind of, but these guys are literally out there every single day, like tweaking knobs, buying new equipment, trying to up the game, get more. I mean, it's astronomical. I mean,
and I think you have more drive when you're in that lower on the totem pole position. These, big celebrities get to say what they want all the time.
Right.
And if you have a lot to say about something and want to be heard, you will fight like hell to be able to be heard.
Yeah.
I think I compare it to the comic book movement. The original comic book artists, the creators, the guys who started the medium, did it totally apologetically. All of them wanted to be doing something else.
Yeah.
None of them wanted to be in comics.
Yep.
Then now you had that second generation that came in. The big difference, they wanted to be in comics. That's when the medium started changing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We're the people that want to be doing this.
Exactly.
So, and I always knew all you had to do is point the fucking camera and shoot.
Yeah.
Because it would be easy. They're passionate. And I feel like it's been like that.
It has been. I mean, from even the first two guys from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they were great. I love their stuff.
Fucking amazing.
They talked in sound bites.
Yeah.
But what do you want? They're brothers, so that helps with with the whole comedy timing. I mean, if you grew up with somebody your whole life,
good dynamic.
you could dial right in and be like,
yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah,
it's been pretty cool, Yeah.
And just getting to meet cool people.
Yeah.
And talk about the same things that you're passionate about.
Yep. Pick up a few tips.
And the adrenaline of when you get to the location and you're like, I can't fucking do this.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not happened.
That happens to me because I'm just weird.
Really?
I
you,
get-
you shut down. You're gonna be like, I can't. I don't know.
Yeah, but then like I get on there and I'm
it's like an overwhelmed kind
and
of
then
thing.
I'm like an expert at things. It's just
Yeah.
like there's just always this booth. I
Like,
get.
I find as
Yeah.
soon as like I'm tense leading up to getting there.
Yeah.
Once we get there, I know exactly what the fuck I'm doing. It's like, all right, let's get this going, let's get that going, and let's get going.
Yeah. No, I know. The moment I'm in the room, I'm just like, oh, this, that. You know, even like when we set up the assembly line, like I kept, you know, like trying to get. I was like, okay, who's got this? Who's got that? You know, like, and I have the cans. I listen to the
here's
fucking.
a very important part of anyone's assembly line: never put the tipsy woman at the front of the assembly line. Because it tends to slow down the works, but you know
it did.
Well, there were only
A little bit.
2, and I was not the tipsy one.
I know that. I know. And so, process of elimination.
Listen, everyone deserves to get tipsy. You know.
Yeah, she was tipsy.
She sure was. Spent most of her night hitting on you.
With that picture where your boobs coming through the shirt.
Oh yeah. Hello, see-through shirt.
I know.
I never mind.
Actually, I think that was read as "Hello, see-through shirt."
Yeah.
Yes. That was funny. Hello.
I think
hello.
I think I did it like that, so that's the way it read. I don't know. I don't remember, but I like hello, see-through shirt.
Yep.
See-through shirt much. I think it was.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That's a good picture, though. You know, it's not a see-through.
Jen
shirt.
was
It's just
having
a
fun.
lens. It's just a lens flare.
Yeah, she's.
Yes, it was J.J. Abrams filming.
I can't see anything.
Yeah. He puts lens flares on CGI.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
I like lens flares myself.
Hey, listen, don't get me started talking about J.J. Abrams because I don't want to hate on anybody.
Yeah, especially since he's going to be saving Star Wars real soon.
Is he?
Oh, I have so much hope that it is going to be so
hope so.
good. When I
Mhm.
saw the teaser,
Fingers crossed.
I just got chills at the very end when you see Han and Chewbacca, and I'm like,
Yeah.
We're
oh
home.
my god!
Yeah.
I was, it gave me chills.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just crossing my fingers.
I got
that it's
chills
gonna
when
be
the fucking
good.
you see the speeder going by in front of the fucking
Yeah.
destroyed Empire ship.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
fucking A. You see the destroyer in the background. That's
Yeah,
when I got
that-
Because it's like a chance to go back again.
Yeah.
It's not.
Oh,
It's
and
better. It's a
experiencing
chance
it
to go
again.
forward
Yeah.
instead of fucking. That's what sucked.
But
There's
I mean,
nothing
to-
worse than a trilogy where you know the end.
Yeah.
But I mean, just going back to when you first
the
saw
childhood,
those
like
movies,
your childhood.
Yes.
Well, yeah, because they're tying into the original characters.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
yes,
Yeah.
I agree. And
I just
now
think
we're
that's
going to
so
see
cool.
where things go.
But will
Mhm.
they ruin them or will they make them better?
Okay. Have you read any of the third story source material, like any of the books they put out, or
No.
I haven't read them.
I mean, I'm familiar.
There's definitely good stories out there, and if people pluck the right writers, how hard
Yeah.
can it be?
Oh, but
Well, yeah, that could be a problem.
I mean,
The key is
Yeah.
keeping it simple.
yeah, but the problem is that Hollywood doesn't want to keep it simple. They want as many things in the movie as possible to merchandise.
Hollywood learns its fucking lesson, dude.
Really?
With
Because
this
I
one,
haven't seen a good movie in a really long
They're
time.
I'm already seeing merchandise for this movie.
Yeah,
Even at the
man.
grocery store, they
Oh, I
had
know,
they
yeah.
had Star
Disney
Wars
knows what they're
bags.
doing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Disney
Yeah.
is
There's that robot.
Disney is all in.
There's that robot that has Wilson the softball on top of it.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
the droid, the A, what is it, A1 or the 8, what the fuck is it?
I don't like him.
Whatever,
R8
he's
or
a
whatever.
I don't like him one bit.
You're a fucking hater, dude.
I
That's
don't-
your problem.
I don't like the cut of his jib.
You just hate on everything. Hate first,
I
ask
think
questions
he's
later.
cute.
I like a robot you can.
He's like a.
You're too
really-
young to be a grumpy old man, dude.
I'm not a grumpy old man.
Is it right?
I'm very passionate about film,
Uh-huh.
It's
And
okay to be a grumpy old
I've
man.
Turn
seen
your
a lot-
passion to the positive, though.
and I've seen a lot of good.
Look for all the
films.
positive stuff in all those
Oh,
films that you hate.
He's
Always
just
look on the
he's seen
bright
such positive
side of life.
things.
Doo-doo.
I've seen amazing positive things,
Yeah,
just
so-
not these things.
Yeah, well, it's like he's comparing some really amazing things he's seen in the past and comparing it.
Everybody.
What the fuck was I Googling?
Always look on the bright side of life.
I can't whistle. I don't know how to whistle.
Oh no.
It's easy. You put your lips together.
And blow.
And blow.
Oh man. Oh man. What are we doing now?
I'm Googling.
What are you Googling?
Looking up Star Wars
7.
7.
Force Awakens. Ooh. I tell you, I am so excited for the fucking the what do you call it? The Gungans Who Died movie. Did you hear about this?
No.
Okay.
I stay away. I'm
Dude,
telling you right now.
So
I'm staying away from.
not only are they
everything so
doing,
I don't hate on.
not only doing the main trilogy story continuations, but now they're doing the spin-off movies. So now what they're doing is, you remember the story about the stealing of the Death Star plans?
Okay.
They're doing a movie on that.
Okay.
It's so fucking awesome.
Yeah, but what if it sucks?
Who cares?
Oh my god.
What, what if it sucks?
You're a
What if it sucks? Let's not do anything
Have you
because it
seen
may
the last?
suck.
Did you see the last 3 movies?
Who's making this?
Did you see the last 3 movies?
It's all
Who's making
Disney.
the movie? Oh, so Disney's
It's
making
all-
that as
it's
well
all- yeah.
because they own the franchise.
You,
Yeah.
want,
pretty much.
you want me to have faith in an industry that allowed Jar Jar Binks to be a character?
Hey, that
But,
was
well, he's
Lucas.
gone. He's gone now.
That was
so-
Lucas.
Well,
Yeah, he's
That's
very,
why I have faith in this one because
He's
there's no
very
more Jar Jar
That's what I wanted to
Binks.
look up. I wanted to look
So
up the name of this
Oh,
this
so
droid.
annoying.
I don't know.
What is this droid's name?
All I'm gonna say is that I really hope
it's
it's good.
adorable.
I know.
I'm trying to
and,
be
he,
positive.
and you know he's a practical effect. He's not even digital.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
The first one in what, like 20 years?
So
You know it's all
maybe
practical,
it will be
dude.
good.
Most of
Then-
it is practical.
Isn't that the
And-
BB-8?
BB-8, that's it. BB-8 on the move.
He's cute.
I like BB-8 too.
His name is DV8.
BB-8.
I think I like when they make.
BB-8.
It's like the R2 top on top of a ball,
I
on
like
top of
it.
the soccer ball.
I
Of
like
course,
it.
you don't like anything.
I just don't like the way it looks.
Okay.
Why can't I just not like the
I
way
like
something
it.
looks?
I don't
Then
know
you
what
are
that
the
one
only
looks like.
person in
You'll have to
America.
Did you
So
like
everyone's
Wall-E?
falling in love with this thing.
Yes.
Me
Oh
too.
my
I loved
god!
Wall-E.
Everyone fell in love with every character when they
Eva,
released the other 3
Eva.
trilogies, and then they watched them and they
Wall-E.
realized how terrible they were.
So cute.
We're having a better.
Do you
time.
Maybe it was you.
Do you-
was that it? Did you fall in love with Jar Jar Binks?
How many
And
Mace
did he break
Windu?
your heart?
How many Mace Windu
Is that what
figures?
happened?
How many Mace Windu figures do you have?
Mace Windu was another disappointment. Because
Exactly.
he was supposed to be as powerful a Jedi as Yoda.
Boring.
not more so.
I love Yoda.
Boring.
And
You love
didn't,
Yoda, though, right?
Yoda didn't even impress me in those movies. They even managed to ruin
he
Yoda.
looked. They turned him into Mr. Miyagi. It was terrible.
Yes.
hey, I'm with you. I think the first 3
Yeah.
trilogy.
No, they
the
were awful.
Episodes 1, 2, and 3 suck.
and then
But I
Well,
have hope for this new one.
and then-
I
have
do too.
hope.
I do
I
too.
do too.
You know
I'm
why?
excited.
There's a good director who loved the material.
Well,
Simple.
listen. Famous last words.
Yeah, but you know what? What's the
What's the problem? What's the
what's
problem
the
with
harm in
hope?
being excited about
What's the
it?
problem? I do have hope.
No, you don't. You're like negative.
No, I have hope. I want it to be
I
good.
have hope.
I have
Fuck
hope.
those movies. They're gonna suck, but I have hope.
No.
They're gonna break my heart, but I love them.
Yeah. Oh, you're a douchebag. Listen to me, douchebag. This is what I'm trying to say, all right? The main fucking thing is this, is that like I just feel a little weary because the last time I just felt a little insulted by what they put on the screen. So I'm just weary, but I have hope.
I know the movie of all those movies. I know the one I hated the most.
Which one?
Of 1, 2, and 3.
Was it the one where they reenacted the Sound of Music?
I don't even know.
And the second
All
one?
those movies blend in for me.
The second one.
Yeah, that's.
I defy you
Oh.
to explain that movie to me. Explain the plot to that movie. I defy
The
you. And they
plots made
expect an
no
8-year-old to
sense.
do
I
it.
don't even know.
Exactly. No
All
one
it
does.
was about
And,
like
and
political.
anytime you ask anyone about it, they
stuff.
go, "The Yoda fight was awesome."
Ugh.
So you got 5 minutes of a 2.5-hour yawn fest.
And yeah, and I don't like when
And that
Yoda
wasn't
jumps
even-
around all fast. It's like fast fucking zombies. I don't want either of them.
Yeah,
You know?
Yoda's not supposed to be
I like
doing
fast zombies because they
backflips.
keep you on your toes.
No, but the great idea about zombies is it's about you making a fucking mistake. You go to the wrong place and then they get you as a horde. Fast zombies are just like, oh, every other fucking monster.
when they
Yeah.
redid Night of the Living Dead, whichever one with Ving Rhames,
That was fun.
they fucking, man, the fast
was fun.
zombies got me going,
Yeah.
man. They fucking had me
It
on the
was
edge of my
fun.
seat.
It was, you know why that movie was good? James fucking Gunn did it.
Yeah. So there you go.
And fucking Gardens of the
Gardens of the
Galaxy.
There you go.
Fucking James Gunn.
The
Romeo and
fucking-
Juliet.
the
James Gunn.
fucking zombie baby.
Uh,
Zombie afterbirth.
Zombie baby,
Zombie
Dead
baby.
Alive. We were
Oh.
watching that
I
last
made
night.
her,
Oh.
I made her watch Dead Alive yesterday.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was a classic.
Oh my god!
It was so good.
I kick ass for the Lord.
Yeah.
And by the way,
So
Uh,
funny.
by the way, halfway through, she's like, "I'm hungry." So we go and we make dinner, and then like we eat while we're watching Dead Alive. And it was just like, oh, this is wonderful.
It was right after the scene
He's
where the
it. He's
mother's pus goes flying out into the guy's custard, and he's eating the custard with the pus in it. And I'm like, oh,
I love it when he's in the
I'm
park
really
with the
hungry
zombie
now.
baby because it's like Buster Keaton or something.
Really
it's like
is.
really
So slapstick. And that's why like I look at it, I'm like, Peter Jackson?
brilliant.
Well, that's why he wants me to watch it.
Total Peter Jackson.
Yeah, no, it's Peter Jackson,
Yeah.
but like I look at it and then you
That
look
is Peter Jackson.
and then-
Oh, yeah,
and, then
that's
you-
Peter
and
Jackson.
I'm gonna get shit for this as well. But then you see the Lord of the Rings and it's just
Ugh.
like boring.
Oh, I hate those movies. They're boring.
You know,
You
like
just don't like them. You don't like the
Oh
source
my god,
material,
I think
probably.
they're so beautiful. Those movies.
They are gorgeous.
oh,
I don't like them.
they look good. I'm not gonna
Oh
say
yeah,
they
they're
don't look good.
beautifully filmed. Like the
But,
landscape.
but you know,
in New
let's
Zealand is
face it.
beautiful,
It really
but,
is
eh.
hip now to
boring.
hate on that.
Just watch Koyana Scalzi instead. you
It
know?
is really hip to hate on that.
On
It's-
Lord of the
you guys
Rings?
are, yeah, it's hip to hate on
I'm
Lord
not.
of the
I'm not
Rings.
being.
I
hip
feel
to
like
hate-
I feel like most of my friends like those movies.
I think
I
it's
feel like I'm
very,
one of the
I
few
think
people
it's
I've
very
met that-
hip to hate on Lord of the Rings.
Am I not allowed just to hate on something because I hate it? Is this a concept?
I think you hate
No,
a
it's
lot.
a fad,
though. That's
so
the
that's why
thing.
we're doing
No.
it.
I think you hate way too much. I think
Okay.
you spend way too much time thinking about things you hate.
Well, I have high standards. That's all.
That's why he married me.
I expect nothing but the best.
Mm.
I mean, you grow up watching Fellini. You grew up being a film student since you were like 8 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you see so many movies from comedy to like my favorite movie isn't even an art film. My favorite movie is fucking Back to the Future. But then there's so much other, I don't know, and people can be creative. People like look at the G.I. Joe movie for fucking. It's not even fucking G.I. Joe. It's even classified on Amazon under science fiction. You know, like nobody fucking gives a shit. They just make garbage. You know, and it's producers making garbage. It's like what happened to Ant-Man. And Ant-Man was good,
That was a good
but it's because they
movie.
use probably most.
I'm going to
90
say something that probably may piss you off.
Okay, but-
because it's pissed off. Like I said the exact same thing to a sound technician I knew.
Uh-huh.
Because he spent a lot of time and a lot of fucking hours and a lot of fucking mastery into his craft of being an audio engineer and listening to, you know, and doing all this stuff. And he's one of these guys who stood in front of the board and thought he was hot shit. And I told him, this is bullshit. All you need is a good ear. It's true. That's what I think about filmmaking. My fast experience, all you need is a good eye. It's hard. It's not hard. It's easy. All you do is aim the camera. If it looks good, film it.
Yeah, but
I don't think everybody
but
has
the-
that
but the
talent
prob-
to have
but-
a good eye.
But the problem is Hollywood is
Yeah.
not aiming the camera at things that are good. They're aiming the camera at things that are marketable. And there's a very big fucking difference.
Like I think like Scott's
not-
saying there's a
see-
difference between what Hollywood's doing
But,
and like
okay,
what
here's
you're
the-
doing with
Here's the
filmmaking.
thing.
Hang on, hang on, hang on. But what you're saying though, but see
Oh,
here, hang on, no, you got to shut the fuck up for a second. Because what you're saying is you're making the assumption that everyone involved in making these projects is out to make shit.
No,
That's your premise.
No, money. Not shit.
No, well, either or. But I
And
know
money
that
usually-
I
when-
know that the
and when you make-
contrary is true.
when you make-
I know that like in the Hollywood system, the high-end Hollywood system, when those creative people sit down to make even those multi-million-dollar blockbusters, they want to make good art.
I
They
don't
do.
buy it. I don't
They
buy
do.
it. They want to make
They have to
wanna
make it within
Those
the
are-
contract.
those are their
the
intentions.
contract.
They want to make
Yeah, the intention
Those
is
are
to do
their-
good.
Hold on.
Well, art
I hate
films-
that. That's
Two
like the
things,
shit
two
I used to
things,
hear
two
at work,
things.
and I used to
Oh
I used
my
to have
God.
to remind my subordinates.
Oh.
Everybody comes into work
It's a monologue, ladies
wanting
and
to
gentlemen.
do a good job.
It's a monologue.
Everybody
Fatman on
wants to do a
Fatman, the
good
monologue
job.
edition.
Everybody wants to do a good job. Nobody comes in wanting to do a bad job.
But it doesn't necessarily
Alright.
mean that it comes out
Can I
Wow.
say something? Two things.
even
two
if they
things.
have
But
good
it's
intentions.
intentions.
Two things. Let me just.
Well, they might have good intentions,
Oh.
but it might.
Exactly.
I'm agreeing with you, hon.
I know,
Just-
I
So I'm
know.
saying,
I'm
just
saying
take
that
a
it
big
just-
I know,
flame.
but
I
it-
think
but
that's
it-
shit. And I'm gonna fucking destroy it now.
No, I'm not destroying it. But what I'm saying is what it does for me is it makes me look deeper into film and I find better films because of that. Because I don't just take the stuff that's on the surface. And that's what most people do. And when you just take the stuff on the surface, you tend to just blend with the boring. Listen,
What's the
are
surface,
There,
though?
are there some good
What's the surface?
The surface of the
the
movies that
special
are
effects.
the surface of the movies that are advertised on television.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but there are movies that are so far beyond that, like movies that are just going on Netflix. There are movies that are just going on like
Yeah.
these small channels. And I'm telling you right now, I can tell you about a list of about 100 movies that no one has heard the title of that will kick the ass of every movie that has come out in the last fucking 10 years in Hollywood. All right.
Like there's
And
so many movies.
That's what bothers me
like
is that those scripts don't get to see the light of the day. What you're doing is you're
I
doing
disagree.
things that are marketable.
I disagree.
Really?
Cream always finds its way to the top.
Okay, then name an art film in the last
I don't.
year.
I don't follow art films, so you're talking to the wrong
No,
guy.
something that was just played in the theater that was just very artsy.
You're putting me on the spot, so I can't think of anything.
What's
No,
the?
but there's
Oh, you know, it was
Tusk.
very good. Was the Slave movie? It was very good.
12 Years a
12 Years
Slave.
a
12 Years a
Slave.
Slave.
12 Years
I
a
didn't
Slave.
see
Tusk
that
was
movie.
good too.
But it was shot.
But who cares? I mean,
like a miniseries.
What Scott's saying is that like lately we've been watching on Netflix like a lot of cool movies that even have like actors in them that have been in tons of movies, like horror movies, for example.
Yeah, like
Late Phases. Like I'm thinking about Late Phases.
Like we were watching movies, and we just found like 3 movies with Tom Noonan in it. I don't know if anyone knows who Tom Noonan is, but he's the if you've ever seen Manhunter from the 80s, the original Red Dragon, he was basically the serial killer in that.
He's a really, really good horror movie actor.
He was in Monster Squad, Frankenstein, you know,
House of the
like
Devil.
But he's been in a lot of B movies, and he was in this movie called Late Phases. What is it?
It was Late Phases, Crescent something. I don't know. I don't remember. It
something-
was a werewolf movie.
Late Phases, something of the Lone Wolf. Night of the Lone Wolf.
Night of the Lone Wolf.
Night of the Lone
Yeah.
Wolf. You know, and like it stars this guy Nick D'Amici, a freaking amazing actor. Like why this guy isn't big, I have no freaking clue.
He's a really good actor.
You know, and the idea was it was about werewolves in a retirement home. You know, and it was really
They were stalking the people
and
that
it
lived in
was
this
really-
community.
It was really different, you know. And then like that same actor, you follow that same actor, you know, and you're like, what else was he in? Okay, Stakeland. There's a movie Stakeland. It's this
Another
great
really
movie
good movie
about like this guy who trains a little kid to, you know, fend off vampires in this dystopian future, you know. And if you play the I know director game, I know the actor game, you can follow movies into this beautiful place where you find a lot of great films. And the surface films, which some of them I do love,
right?
You know,
like Back to the Future, like you said,
there's just so much more to do with like, okay, we're doing the Avengers because we know it's going to sell and we can make toys. We're doing Star Wars because we know it's going to sell and it can make toys. Make sure you make enough things in it that we have enough toys, you know, like, and I feel like that's 99% of what's coming out. You know, you have the indie level where people are making really fucking good fucking films. And there used to be a cycle in this, but what happened was, like, you know, you have a movie like Pulp Fiction that comes out. The studios go, hey, man, independent films, that's what people want. So they start making fake independent films. You know, they make people go out and make films. They make sure they buy them later on, and then they play them. You know? I don't know. That's just my opinion.
It's just that it's sad, I guess, for like Scott. Movies are really his one of his true passions, and like I always loved watching movies. I don't have the knowledge that he does about movies,
Right.
But I'm getting such an education. Like during our marriage, we've watched so many movies, and he's like opened my eyes to different movies. And just like he said, like you'll see a movie you really like, and then you'll see, oh well, that actor was really good in it. What else is he in? And you can just follow these people, follow it to other avenues.
But you can do that with that. I mean, you can do that with any actor.
But you can't
oh my God, look, here's this guy.
But it's more tailored.
It's different, though.
It's more tailored in the indie scene because they haven't done 100 movies. Like, you know, you follow, like, okay, Bruce Campbell fans will understand this.
Yeah.
You love Bruce Campbell, so you just follow Bruce Campbell. Bruce Campbell is loved
it's like
by
a
everybody,
cult thing. It becomes a cult thing.
you know? And that's the fun part of movies. The fun part of movies is I want to escape for a certain amount of time. You know, but horror movies now are all the same type of thing. It's a bunch of naked people screaming at you. Like, that's every horror movie now. I have no idea why that. I don't even know how that happened. You know, like.
So wait a minute, hang on, backpedal. So there's an indie scene, right? And there is good stuff there.
There's amazing.
Yeah.
So there's good stuff there. Why don't we talk about that?
Amazing.
Before we drift into the nonsense. So there is good in the world.
Oh, there's amazing in the world.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why it's so
disappointing. There's more good films than bad
yeah,
films.
that's why it's disappointing when you see bad stuff.
So
Because
what's
there's
the
such
problem?
good stuff.
And you have access to this.
Yes, of course.
Where is it?
Netflix.
Netflix.
Just to name one.
Roku
Stick. Yeah.
You know. Fucking.
Yeah. Or even like when they have a Sundance channel, I'm sure they play or like
So it's accessible and it's
IFC.
being made. So why is it not like?
It's not marketable the way these other films
Of course,
are
it's marketable. It's marketable on these channels that you're watching them on.
These channels are still very new.
There's only so much they can do as far as going outside the movie. Like, what can we sell in the stores related to this movie?
Yeah.
You know, now Star Wars, you go into the Disney store,
just-
tons of Star
really
Wars. You
what's
go into
happening
FYE,
is-
there's tons of Star Wars. Spencer's, Star Wars, it's everywhere.
It's
But-
like what Jim Gaffigan said the other day. Everything is fragmenting.
Yep.
All your markets are fragmenting. It's
Yeah.
it's not. What you're just saying is, I don't like those markets, but I like this market.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
But that's the
I
truth.
like the market that appeals to me.
But who doesn't do that? Who goes on and says,
but you're acting, but what you're doing is acting like that's not a market.
No, it's a fucking market and it fucking sucks.
Or it's not unavailable, or because of this, that doesn't get made.
I just don't.
And that's why I tell you, cream will always rise to the top.
I just don't want to walk into the theater and have Star Wars suck again. That's all.
Okay.
End of story.
But there's a chance it might
J.J.
not.
Abrams is going to knock it out of the park.
That's why my fingers are crossed.
But I
hope it's good.
I'm not even going to get into that because that's just going to cause a whole other argument.
Tell them, say that we're vegan. Let's start an argument about that if we want to start an argument.
I pity you guys.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, not with him cooking. He's a good cook.
Good,
yeah, we do eat good.
I got one word.
I want to have that
bacon.
pineapple fried rice tonight.
I can't live without bacon. I don't even eat it that often, but
bacon is like such such a trend lately. I don't get it.
Gene and I were just talking to each other. We were just talking the other day, and we were like, you know, the cool thing is like the way we eat is very simple. We just sort of eat what we want, and then we tend to go more to vegetarian, but then I don't mind putting bacon on my shit, and I don't mind putting cheese on my stuff. So
that's your thing, man.
It's all good.
That's your thing. You know, hey, rock on, keep doing it.
Tastes damn good too.
Hey,
I love bacon.
That's your thing.
And I think that's the reason why I think bacon had that flavor that not many things can get. You know, you can't simulate bacon.
Bacon, like even as a kid, my mom would make it. I never wanted it.
Don't get me wrong.
I know a lot of people like it.
I think bacon was fucking wonderful. But honestly, I like eating vegan. I'm not gonna lie. I like the discipline. I like the idea of taking a limited palate and trying to make something remarkable out of it. You know, because
he loves cooking, so for him it's a new challenge with cooking as well.
Yeah.
Because he's taking things that he's never made vegan that would have meat, and he's figuring out how do I make this vegan, and it's really good.
How to form textures, how to
that's where I draw the. It's the cheese, it's the no dairy and the no that stuff. That's where it goes like
the fake cheese is pretty fucking good.
I love cheese. I like cheese.
You know,
soy milk I don't mind, but that's all we drink now. But
soy milk or almond milk.
And almond milk.
Love all that shit.
Oh, especially the chocolate soy milk is so good.
That really is good.
Yeah,
it is delicious.
It really is.
Yeah,
and it doesn't even taste like, I don't know. I mean, to me, it tastes better.
What does?
Than regular chocolate milk. Soy
milk. Oh yeah. Well, if you get the chocolate ones, yeah. I remember my old boss, Mike Henderson. He had a neighbor, and the kid, that's all they did. They gave him with milkshakes. But it was like the fucking, all they gave him was soy milkshakes, but it was with the chocolate and everything. Yeah. And I said, I don't know what it is with the soy stuff. He loves it. All he wants now is milkshakes. It's not the fucking soy, it's the goddamn chocolate. It's amazing. Kids can like soy milk as long as it's chocolate.
It's got that cane sugar in it.
Please, like very, very vanilla soy milk. That's like a milkshake. Are you kidding me?
Well, that used to be marketed towards kids. The Silk Very Vanilla, the one in the purple canister. It used to say for kids on it. And I always felt
I still bought that shit
a long time ago. And then I started buying it, and I used to always have a giggle when I'd be at the store and I'd pick it up and be like, yeah, I'm
really sweet.
30 years old buying this. It's for kids. But then they took the for kids thing off of it because I guess they realized adults like
it's very vanilla.
It's so good.
Armies of embarrassed adults feeling horrible. Like
they make it in little drink boxes too that I bought the other day for us. They were awesome. They're little individual drink boxes of the very vanilla soy milk. It's really good.
I like it. I like it. I don't care what anyone else eats. Just don't fuck with what I eat. That's all.
Yep.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Yep.
You know.
Live and let live.
I think that's
and
fair.
Eat and let eat.
Yes, exactly. So
because I really don't even care.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Well.
Whatever you want to put in your body is your business.
No, I mean I don't care about the reason. I just don't. People eat what they feel more comfortable.
Eventually, things will work themselves out.
Yes.
That's how I feel. It's like an ocean.
Who were we talking to about Cameron's birthday cake the other day?
Oh, I can't even remember.
Me.
Oh, the disappointing vegan You were telling us about that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you were saying that you guys, like at the time, I guess you guys were vegan.
Crazy. Well, we weren't vegan. We were vegetarian, but we were definitely nuts.
But you wanted to make.
We wanted to be
what
very
was the
healthy.
story? You wanted to make his birthday cake vegan.
Well,
and everyone hated it, or
we wanted to be. We got him a carrot cake because we wanted to go healthy. Yes, everybody hated it.
Yeah, I like carrot cake.
Shouldn't be in cake.
Yeah, I like carrot cake, but I don't think I've ever met another person that actually would choose carrot cake if they had a choice.
Well, carrot cake is outdated.
Hey,
it was originally
just doing Harrison Ford.
It was originally put in cake because people didn't have sugar to put in cake. All right, so we don't need carrot cake anymore. We have sugar. Let's just all make funfetti cake and get along.
That sounds good
to
me.
There you go. Sugar's vegan.
Yeah,
sugar's vegan.
But it's the worst thing you can
buy. Sugar is the worst thing you can put in your body.
For you.
Sure is.
Absolutely true.
Poison.
I have a picture to prove it.
Oh, that picture you posted. Oh my gosh, that's so true.
Yes.
We watched a really good documentary about that, about
What's it
sugar. Fed Up.
That's the one.
Fed
that,
Up.
That's
Yeah.
the one that. That's the one that Kevin saw and then said to everybody, "You guys gotta see it." And then I watched it. And,
that was a really good documentary.
Yeah. What's her name? Katie Couric does the voiceover.
Yes. Another good.
Pretty spot on, man.
Another good one is a GMO. OMG.
Yeah, that's a good one about GMOs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it's basically
it's freaky.
See, that's weird though, because recently I've heard two different things about GMOs. I've heard some scientists say that when the science comes back, you can't. The claims are
bullshit.
The claims about them don't. The science doesn't bear out.
Well, let me say this.
And these are independent.
You're growing corn.
Food studies.
That you're growing corn that is producing the chemical Roundup.
Oh, yeah.
So when you
we're talking about agribusiness.
So when you eat the
Monsanto.
corn, but when you eat the corn, you are eating Roundup.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you're eating Roundup ready corn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
And you know where what all of those.
And that goes into everything. High fructose corn syrup.
The
meat that you're eating.
You know where all that comes from. All that pesticides, all those. You know where that all comes from. The petroleum molecule.
Yeah.
That's all they do.
Yeah.
That's where it all starts. It's Monsanto.
Yep.
They take the petroleum molecule and then they alter it, and then you get DDT or whatever the fuck.
Yep. There was, speaking of studies, they did on this documentary show a man in Europe that was doing a study with rats, and he was feeding them Roundup, and all of the females developed
we should have your buddy Mike
mammary
on.
tumors.
Yeah. Isn't he a chemist?
He was a chemist. Yeah.
And it just, I don't know. I mean, it's scary.
Yeah, it's
definitely disturbing, especially since we don't have a choice really, where like they were saying there's a lot of lobbyists that were trying to get labels put out non-GMO and GMO, but the companies are afraid, of course, the people are going to pick the non-GMO because we don't know what it's going to do to us.
So this is the kind of stuff you'll get into when you have your podcast?
I would like to, but I mean I want to focus on animals.
I hear 1,000 podcasts turning off out there.
No, everybody likes animals. Come on. I mean, there's a cat walking around here right now.
Everybody likes rescues.
You know, I want to talk about rescuing. I'm a vet, for those of you that don't know. And all of our pets are rescues, and it's something I'm really passionate about because there are so many animals out there that need homes, and there are people that are going to breeders to buy dogs or going to a pet store to buy dogs or cats, and they could be saving lives. All these unwanted animals are being put to sleep because there's not enough homes for them. And I want to talk about that. And I also want to talk about keeping your pets healthy, because I think that at least a lot of veterinarians maybe don't focus on preventative medicine and pet care to prevent problems from happening with your pets.
They certainly don't.
So, and I do. And when I talk to clients,
they're just there to fucking hit you with a fucking check.
I'm not.
Bill.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of them are. You know, I'm not. My practice. We practice what we call high quality, low volume medicine. We don't see as many clients. We're not getting them in and out just to make money. We're trying to educate people about how to keep their pets healthy so that they don't have to come in with problems. I didn't go to school for all that time, you know, to just fix sick animals. I want to keep pets healthy. So, I mean, that's one of the other major things that I want to talk about. Yeah. And then hopefully it will go to bigger, you know, wider things like farming and agriculture.
Pet health insurance? Is that what's next?
Oh, yeah. There is pet health insurance.
I always wondered if that's good to get.
It is. And
is it really?
How much is it a month?
Well, it depends on a few things. It depends on what kind of pet you have, how old they are, just like people. It goes by their age. It goes by if they're spayed or neutered. It's going to be a cheaper
I hate to
rate.
say this, but
you know?
I never insure something that I could have put to sleep.
Well,
that is the truth.
That's your opinion.
I just don't see the value.
Thousands of people would disagree with you.
I guess, I mean, if you have to bring them to the doctor, it's expensive.
I don't see the value.
Yeah, but it's, you know, here's the thing. You buy a pet like a dog or a cat, that is a long-term investment.
It's a long commitment.
Of course it is.
Yeah. It could be almost a 20-year, it could be a 20-year commitment.
Yeah. And no matter
it's like adopting a child.
No matter how sick it gets, you want to try to get it better.
Yeah. And
keep it alive as long as
listen, tell you, listen, it's going to cost you $10,000 out of your pocket for this cat. You know what I say? Sorry.
Well, if you had if you had the pet insurance,
if you had the pet insurance,
that's what I mean.
It would.
Or if you had the money, obviously. Yeah. I mean, if you're Kevin Smith or you know, you can afford to fucking do it. That's
those of us who don't, like, I'm a veterinarian. I don't make a lot of money, and we have a lot of pets that we rescued.
But you have access. There's another thing that you have. You have access to facilities.
I do and I don't. I still have to pay for medications. Obviously. I need to pay for anesthetic agents. You know, if one of my animals got into an accident, I could perform the surgery, but I'd have to still pay for the things I'm using. Yes. And anesthesia is the most expensive part of a surgery.
Oh, yeah.
When I make an estimate for a client, my labor is expensive, but the more expensive part is the anesthesia because it costs money, you know? So unfortunately, you know, there was a really good article I read written by a veterinarian. It was posted on Facebook as a really good article. The title was, "I'm in it for the money." And it was a vet that was like me. You know, he wasn't rich. You know, he didn't own a gigantic, huge money-making practice. He did what he loved because he loved doing it. But he still has to get paid for doing what he's doing. It is a job because people do, you know, make jokes. Oh, vets just want to make money. Every time I bring my animal to the vet, it's tons of money. Well, I have to get paid because I have student loans that I have to pay back for giving you a service. So
everybody should be paid for a service.
And you know, and I mean,
trust me. Artists.
But trust me, you know, if I could do what I did for free and live and still survive, I would do it because I love animals. And that's, you know, that's why I want to do this podcast too, because I have a lot to say about animals and I want to get that. That's what podcasts are awesome. And even just help, like, you know, being around you guys filming this documentary has really inspired. I wasn't thinking about doing a podcast before you guys started making this documentary. It's true.
It happens a lot. We tend to we're like little Johnny Appleseeds running around planting the podcast.
Because I had heard of podcasts before, but I never stopped to really listen to them or really think about them. And
they're a good base. They're a good base from which to grow other projects.
Yes.
That's really the key.
And they're just a good way for somebody like me who really doesn't have maybe a lot of experience with the equipment and things like that. I'm just an average, you know, person. I can get my voice out there to millions of people without having to be a celebrity or a movie star, you know, and I have a lot of things to say.
And it gives you a way to, if you have a clientele, it gives you a way to stay in touch with your clientele.
Yep.
It can help them with, like you said, keeping their pet, you know, healthy on a regular basis.
If it's something that I'm passionate about, of course I want to spread the word about that. It broadens
your base as a vet. You'd be the podcasting vet.
Yep.
The punk rock vet.
Yes.
Yes.
And he's going to be my editor. He's been helping me with a lot of, like, we've been doing a lot of brainstorming about it. So he's going to do some music for it. It'll be really fun.
Some good ideas.
Podcasting is really cool.
That's important. That's the first thing you realize when you get into this. You're like, shit, I need music.
Mm-hmm.
I want a theme.
Well, who are you getting to do music for the documentary?
Well,
do you know yet?
Scott Alison is our music director. So, you know, and I know Chris Penny will be contributing a bunch. And probably some other folks who've already been on the podcast as well.
David
Mannheimer, me, Keith. Well, we'll probably do a Prozac tune for this, for sure. We're gearing up for the re-recording sessions. I can feel it in my bones, and I can't wait. It's going to be a blast. See? Podcasting. Boom. Getting the band back together. And it's only just for fun. I told Keith the other day, I'm like, here's the goal. Very simple. I feel like I'm an artistic peak. Let's put this shit together. Let's get tight. Let's show a bunch of 20-year-olds what the fuck it's really like to rock. This will fucking blow them off the stage. Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
I look forward to seeing that.
So look forward to a reuniting gig in the city sometime. That'd be NYC. So where can they find your art there, Scott?
My art.
Yes.
My art is now online under the Art of Scott Meaney. You can go to www.facebook.com/AOSM76.
ASOM 76.
Artist Scott Meaney 76.
Ah, okay. You're on Facebook too, right?
Yeah, Facebook, yeah.
And you're on Twitter? Are you on Twitter?
No, I got to get on Twitter and I got to get on Instagram. I'm
You got to get on Twitter if only for one reason, just so I can fucking tag you, man. It's
Yeah.
so annoying when you're out on.
I know.
And same thing with-
Instagram would be
same
great
thing
for
with
you
Instagram,
too.
too.
But
like-
here's the thing.
Yeah.
I have a Twitter account. I never use it.
Is it Scott Meaney?
It is the Scott Meaney, I think.
Oh, okay.
But
Because there's many times I've almost tagged, Scott Meaney, but I wasn't sure if that was you because it doesn't really look like you in the picture.
yeah. Well, I'll tell you this. I'm gonna start a new one. It's the Art of Scott Meaney, so don't even tag that fucking old one.
So
know?
don't worry about that. But
Yeah.
right now, Facebook and your main page and all that.
Yeah. So it's Facebook and the main page. And the main page is doing. The Facebook Art of Scott Meaney page is doing pretty freaking damn good.
I've seen a lot of action on it since you've
Yeah.
opened your little shop.
It moves a lot, like every week it's growing, every week the numbers are because I get the other side of it where you can see who likes it, but you can see how many people have seen it.
Yeah.
And the numbers are just
every time you post an image, you can see how many people.
No, I'm not. I don't want to be LinkedIn.
I know. I didn't either. I struggled
It's
with
actually
LinkedIn
been benefiting.
I have a LinkedIn account. Again,
I struggled with LinkedIn for a long time. I thought of it as that's like the corporate, that's like social media for douchebags, and you know what I mean? But I gotta say, it's all how you approach it. Once I went fuck the corporate douchebags, I'm using it my way. It's been much more fun. I enjoy it.
The Art of Scott Meaney will
just banged on the table, really.
do LinkedIn.
I regret to inform you that the Art of Scott Meaney will not be doing LinkedIn.
Here's another reason why. Once you start looking at social media, sort of like your footprint, ways you can increase it very simply are just turn on your LinkedIn account. You know what I mean? Because it's just another place for someone to go, Art of Scott Meaney.
Someone's going to see it and they'll.
Well, let me put it this way.
And you can always just push them back somewhere else.
The Art of Scott Meaney will never be on LinkedIn.
Facebook has actually been a really good avenue for
I would probably say, don't count your chickens to your hatch, but I don't know how stable LinkedIn is, to tell you the truth.
Yeah,
I don't know how long-term LinkedIn will be in the world. I mean, it's survived for what it is, but it does seem a platform that hasn't figured out what to do with itself yet. But when you charge people for shit, that bugs me.
My stuff is predominantly on Facebook because I actually because I do commissions as well, and it's a lot easier to talk to somebody that way. So if somebody's like, I want a picture of my grandfather, and then they send me a bunch of pictures in the the Facebook message, and I can have a long conversation with them. It's more personal,
right?
And I think a lot of hand artists, they like that personal touch. I mean, we all have to concede and realize that we're in a digital age, and I have to do this stuff through Facebook because there's barely any galleries and stuff like that.
Right.
But it is what it is, and Facebook is a great portal for me to actually really get to know people as well. So you get to know the people you're selling with, and for an artist, I think also you want your stuff to go to a good home. You don't want to just be on a wall for a week or 2 years in somebody's house and then it gets crumpled or broken, or and you really get to know the people. So, and I was originally just doing it just straight through my personal site. And I was just too fucking lazy. Scott Meaney. And then once I opened it, it just click. It just gets bigger and bigger. So,
cool.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming on today and being our first fucking guests in the chair.
Yeah.
Wow, I think this is the first time I swore today. I've been swearing a lot today. I don't know what's going on.
Were you doing that purposely?
No. But oh well.
You said the fuck.
Fuck!
No,
God damn it! Shit!
Oh.
Piss! Oh, that's another thing. Oh, please. So I'm halfway through Kelly Carlin's book, folks.
Oh yeah.
If you get a
We
chance,
must talk about this.
listen to it, or I really suggest the audiobook, and here's why. Very simple. She cuts in her dad's audio cut, so when she references the cut, it goes right to the cut, like from class. So like you hear the pieces and stuff.
And
so, and
go to her,
and it's her reading it, so it's like it's her
Yeah.
voice, and she's a podcaster, so she knows what she's doing.
Go to her website because she has dates in.
So I got like halfway through, and her mom passes of cancer. And I was like, fucking bawling my eyes out. Oh, it's like I'm there, and so I like had to send her a message. I'm like, I know this happened a long time ago, but I just want to say I'm sorry about your mom, because I felt like I just went through it with her. I'm like, oh my god. She wrote back XO. Yeah, it was funny. She's a good egg.
She is.
Good people all around.
So go out there and get her book, folks.
And you can get it signed if you're in the city.
I'm going to finish it tomorrow.
Right? Because she's in the city this week.
Yeah, she's going to be in the city signing. I'm not sure where. Go
to her website.
Yeah.
Garland.
Yeah, she's awesome, man. She's talent and a lot of fun. And she's going to be in the movie. So
yeah,
another reason to bring her
Sure
up.
is.
I'm going to shoot her West Coast, though.
Yep. When we get over there.
Yep. All right, everybody. We appreciate you dialing in on this Sunday afternoon. And until next time, if no one else has told you. Oh, shoot. Wait. Let me do some funky stuff here. How do I do this? Damn you. Damn you straight to hell. Well, that's you guys. Now I need me. There we go. All right. So, if anyone hasn't told you last time, or anytime soon, or sometime in the near future, you guys are smart and fucking good. And we will catch you next week. Until then, enjoy this wonderful cut of tunage. Say bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
There he sits and ponders how again he lost control. An outburst from his forked tongue that placed him in his hole. Alchemist concoctions are not an option anymore. Did he keep too much inside or did he give away the store? But he's gotta get on, he's gotta get it on down now, gotta get on, he's gotta feel it. Gotta move on, he's gotta move it on down now, gotta move on, he's gotta leave it. She gets up and walks away, there's a tear in her eye. Her footsteps falling soft and slow, she's afraid to look behind. Reaching out with empty hands, but there's nothing left to hold. There's no more love for her to give, it's all been bought and sold. She's gotta get on, she's gotta get it on down now, gotta get on, she's gotta leave it. Gotta get on, she's gotta move it on down now, gotta move on, she's gotta feel it. We see this life is full of change, we must move on. Not stay the same, why can't people accept this fate? We hope and pray it's not too late. alone again. They've given it their all. Just so tired of banging their weary heads against the wall. The emptiness is growing now so deep down in their souls. Did they breathe themselves tonight or did they dig it deeper? But they gotta get on, they gotta get it on down now. Gotta get on, they gotta leave it. Gotta move on, they gotta move it on down now. Gotta move on, they gotta feel it.
Go get him, that man.